I'm George Sije. I work with Bank of Tanzania. I'm a lawyer by profession, and in Bank of Tanzania, I'm an assistant manager in the Directorate of National Payment Systems, and specifically in the Department of Oversight and Compliance. For us to recognize or to understand what happened, you have to know where we were as a country. The studies which were done showed that in the year 2009, it was only 9% of Tanzanians had access to formal financial services. That means we had more than 92% of people who were totally excluded from the formal financial services. So when the digital financial services came, the market was like waiting for it. And when M-Pesa started, which was later followed by Tigo Pesa and Airtel, and then we had Easy Money, you could find that the market was receptive. And we came to the point where we had to close the gap now. The study which was carried in the year 2013 showed us that now in period of that like 4 years or 5 years, we had moved from 9%, which was in 2009, up to 58%, which was in 2013. In my opinion, if you ask me, that was a great achievement. So the role which the Bank of Tanzania took was more of creating an enabling environment which would have facilitated those kind of services to be provided. And if you talk to most of these service providers, most of them, they would attest that the Bank of Tanzania has been like helping a lot in facilitating all of this kind of achievement up to the point where we are. And these were most done through a number of initiatives which the bank also spearheaded, like National Payment System Vision Framework, which was like a strategic map now, laying areas and which we thought that, or the focus areas which we thought that if we go through them, actually we are going to achieve what we term as financial inclusion, meaning that all of people in Tanzania will be included in the form of financial services. First, I have to say at the moment we are just about to release like another strategic framework for the next coming 10 years. And one of the issues which we have identified is that despite all the achievement which we have done, still cash is still the king in Tanzania. So one of the things which we are aiming at the moment is to ensure that we go more electronic, and then we do that one by reducing our dependency on cash. We want our society to be cash light. And how are we going to do that one? We are going to do that one by encouraging a lot of innovations within digital financial services and probably outside the digital financial services. Well, I have to be clear that we can't cheat ourselves by thinking that there's a day when cash will no longer be around, because, all over the world the cash is there. But as I said, what we are looking at is to ensure that we go to the cash-light society. And we believe that going forward, we are going to, first, you put a lot of products in between, instruments which will allow people to make those kind of payments which you think that shouldn't be done in cash as a first thing. But secondly, you discourage now the use of cash. That cash will only be used only when it's absolutely necessary that it has to be used. But otherwise, you have to ensure that now all these other instruments are being used. Kenya, basically, you have only one service provider who has dominated the whole market. But in Tanzania, ours is a very competitive market with we understand that M-Pesa has got a lion's share, but it isn't that big. The gap is not that big. And when you have a market which is competitive, we believe that that one is an unhealthy market, because at the end of the day, it helps to mitigate issues like rising costs and things like that. You talk of issues like interoperability. Tanzania is one of the first country actually globally to introduce interoperability in the mobile financial services. What does interoperability mean? That people could have now an ability to move funds from one wallet to another. We are seeing a lot of players coming into our markets. As I said, we used to have 4, which was Voda, Airtel, Tigo, and Zantel. But right now we have Halotel, which has joined, making it the 5th one. And then soon we'll be having TTCL Pesa, which will make it the 6th one. Now we believe that where we are going probably is because of what we have put in place. That's why the players are keeping on coming. And when they do come, we believe that the target which we had set ourselves of reaching our people by 80% and that one is by 2018 will be achievable.